Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Boop. Anyway, today we will be playing Tsukihime, Piece of Blue Glass Moon. I keep forgetting blue is a word in this title. Anyway, let me just log back in. There we go. Hit set. And let's try our best to avoid some dead ends. Let's see here. He walks through the darkness. Zombies obediently following in line behind him, marching silently along. Oh yeah, lava's gonna fuck up the whole town. Oh no. The metal boxes carries him to the surface, where he creeps outside into the brightly lit streets. That very instant. Burn, baby, burn. Azura flames spill out, flooding the area around him, like a ripple on a lake. Fair enough. The humans in the facility had no way of sensing the impending danger. Shrouded by the blue haze, he mindlessly steps out onto the crosswalk, ignoring blinking traffic lights, and a van threatens to crash into him. Meanwhile, his ghoul sees innocent bystanders left and right, grabbing them by their shoulders and taking them to the ground. A plethora of horrific noises follows, the crunching of bones and devouring of flesh. And though the people screamed and cried, none of them flee. By the time they realize this terrible reality has befallen them, they had no recourse. The van collides with the strange man, but the moment of impact, it was split down the center. In less than a minute, those caught by the ghouls are reduced to pitiful scraps of flesh. Flames fan out through this area, scorching legs of those trying to escape until they are little more than charred stubs. Their wiggling torsos remain behind as fodder for the ghouls to feed on. Jesus Christ. Like, man woke up and said, I'm gonna give you an image. Fair enough. Why? In the middle of the pandemonium, the man regains a glimpse of reason. He squints at the dazzling lights around him. Those were his thoughts, still drenched in his own pain. The sight stirs anguish within him, providing a brief moment of clarity. Why must the town be so glaring? Filth is something ought to be concealed. It is custom for this land to bear its to the world. Before him, a vast cornucopia of humans. Normally, he would feast and drink till his gut was brimming with rich, warm blood, but the urge to do so does not strike him now. How can this land be called fertile if humans inhabited it has tainted it so? Humans abode, I shall not want for blood. The azure flame surrounds the living. They engulf the ghouls, changing their very being and rewriting their composition. Jesus Christ. Hi, Ivan. You're seeing pure horror. They're the very type of undead fueled by flame. In exchange for their swollen strengths, their lives were quickly burned out like candles. Yet, I seek not blood of these pigs. His philosophy discussed only emphasized his curse. Blue flame spilled from his being, rushing across the Alps like a river bursting free from its dam. There is a fine and claws and devours all living things. Yay! Okay. Okay, Ivan, I respect that positivity as I'm seeing. What the fuck was that? In the end, it is all meaningless. Jesus Christ, I just witnessed a man just have all his blood just burnt out. Ah, not auto. Let's see. In search, human fruit burst and spew their warm juices as he tramples over their flesh. He accepts their offering, with head bent in distaste, as act of Tamna to being showered in vomit. But what are the choices does he have? If he was not bathed in disgrace, his body would not move. Huh? Yo, this man's built different. This is some vampiric nonsense. Anyway, this light, this prosperity, all of it is meaningless to me. Okay, Vlad, understandable. The burning zombies fall back into the line behind him, like a ghastly parade. He does not remember what he was chasing, but until he remembers, there is only one thing for him to do. A much needed service that he is to provide. He sneers, thinking how these humans ought to suffer and die. Jesus. Volvra. That's a word? Anyway, what's up, Shin? I think I just witnessed a massacre. The town is in chaos. People crowded the streets as they push and pull to escape the mayhem. The fire in front of the station is visible from here. An emergency broadcast plays in a large digital display on sides of the buildings. A fire has broke out on the north exit of Soya Station. Just started work, rip. I was joking with the mistranslation of his name. Oh my god, yeah, you're right. I remember I was reading the translation, like, before the official translations. They kept fucking up his name, bro. They kept changing it, and that was one of it. You're right, you're right. I thought it was a ship name between him and Roa for a second. Anyway, all trains heading in and out of Soya has been temporarily suspended. People in downtown area are currently running for their lives. Wait, that was... Oh, no. The broadcast switches over to a news presenter interviewing a young girl. She was wearing a high school uniform. It seems that she only just managed to slip away from the fire. It's so hot. So hot. Why is it so hot? Those things ate Yuki. They even bit my arm. They kept moving even though they were dead. And they were burning. But they won't stop smiling. Her voice is panicked, driven delirious by the dire situation. The fire spreads relentlessly, and the entire neighborhood has been urged to evacuate. But even with those orders, in this place, the main street is full of people. They gather and draw together, spurred by curiosity. From a distance, they watch the fire unfold, filming and sending a message to update their friends and families. Bruh, why are you there? Nah. The road to the station has already been blocked off. Fire preservation, perhaps. No. It's too soon for that. There's still too many people in the area to be blocked off like this. It's almost as if they're trying to keep whatever is inside from escaping. Damn it! We aren't getting through this way. Shiki, over here. Arcueid seizes my hand. Without another word, she tugs me along, guiding me through the masses on onlookers drawn by the fire. Whoa, hey, slow down. Why did we come here? She lets go of my hand. Arcueid slowly scans the wall of the nearest building. Okay, this will work. Hey, white woman back spotted. Let's go.
二人で飛ぶのは初めてだ
It's
から
my first time
この
jumping with
高さなら
another
問題ない
person,
はず
but I should still be able to manage this height no problem.
は
Huh? Arcueid doesn't hesitate for a second. She grabs my arms as if to secure me.
上まで飛ぶわ
We're jumping!
しっかり捕ま
Hold
って
on
なさい
tight, Cheeky!
うわ
Whoa! What?
うわ
Whoa!
うわ
Ah! We're flying. No, we're jumping. Arcueid leaped against the wall, bounced off it and onto the next multiple times until we found ourselves soaring above the rooftops and high across the skies. With me in tow, of course.
まおばうわ
Wait, Ah! We were so high up, I'm gonna lose it now. How high are we even? They're above the buildings. So this is, what, 40 meters higher? A 20-meter high roller coaster is enough to give me a heart attack. This has to be double that. All my feet dangling over an open space.
シキ黙ってないと下噛んじゃうよ
Huh? Cheeky, if you don't stop screaming, you bite off your tongue. Arcueid, you can't just drop that on someone. That's terrifying. Arcueid tilts her head at my screams, but having said that, her movements have only gone turbulent. She jumps from the building to building, bouncing off the rooftops like she was a rabbit hopping on the moon.
うわうわ
Whoa. Oh! Ah! My expression tightens as my body is subjugated to force unimaginably. I was just beginning to enjoy the experience, and now we're coming to a full stop. We're atop a tall building. It's providing us a panorama of the city. A rooftop garden conceals from the unwanted eyes, yet we stand here. Hey Angel, what's up?
お前
Would you mind giving me a little heads up next time? An abrupt up and down movement had me heaving to catch my breath. My chest hurts, and I'm sure the blood pressure spike was bad for my heart. And even though there's no change in air pressure, my whole body is rigid and is coming to such an abrupt halt. It's like I got the bends?
見てあそこよ
Look, over there.
見ろって何
Look at what? I didn't manage to finish the thought. For a moment, I even forgot about my racing heart. Holy shit, it's burning. Jesus Christ. It's all on fire. Holy cow. This beautiful artwork, I know. Bad timing on my front, but it's beautiful all the same. Alright. Our city. This place. I know it so well. Its familiar buildings are awash in a sea of flames. What? My eyes adjust to the sight, as I see the tragedy play out in full view. The main street is veiled in hues of red, as the fire colors the town. Oh, that's a good synonym. The flames whittle away the surface of the buildings like a knife. An unholy river of flame, with that man at the center of it all, basking in a rain of blood he states himself. These are just silhouettes spread in front of him. The police officers have surrounded him on all sides to stop his onslaught. They do not get paid enough for that nonsense. Let's see. The muzzles of their pistons flash as they fire on cue. What? Bob doesn't flinch in the slightest. He hasn't even noticed the police presence. More silhouettes step up from the flames behind the monstrous man. Flaming zombies. Some of them may have been alive mere moments ago, but now they're little more than shambling corpses. They all approach the police officer, as if begging for their help. Jumping time. A little bit, yeah. The police officers are hella getting jumped. No cap. What the hell just happened? Utter disbelief copes my voice. It's too late to turn back now. All the urgent bravo I had for this mission was bleached away by the sight of this town. The only thing left is pure horror. So this is a vampire's true power. A power that enables him to kill people just by existing. And we're supposed to defeat him?
いないわね、教会の連中。
Looks like the church hasn't showed up.
ここまで見境なしなら
Such an outrageous display should have drawn them out by
やっぱり
now.
この国には赴任していない。
I guess that means they don't really dispatch anyone to this country.
でも、その割にはきっちり交通規制はして
That
るし
said,
ここ
they
の
closed down the
在校
traffic very
者
quickly.
実践派じゃなくて制服組
Maybe
なの
there's
か
an
しら
executor around, just not one of their warriors? Arcueid forces lies somewhere else, away from the river of flames. She seems to be on guard for something else.
さあ、どうしようかしき。
Well, Shiki, what do you want to do?
見ての通り、ブローブはあの状態よ。私を探し出そうとする理性すらなかったただの殺戮者。
Jesus Christ. Well, as you can see, Flav isn't of sound mind right now. He isn't even trying to find me anything more. The only thing on his mind is slaughter.
あのまま放っておけば、あいつは血を消耗して弱体化する。
If we just leave him be, he'll burn through his reserves and grow weak.
ブローブの存在規模から言って、この町は燃え尽きるだろうけど、その後なら私一人でも倒せるわ。
I mean, fair enough. Knowing Vlav, he'll probably... Yeah, let's see.
楽をして傍観をする。
If you want to take it easy, sit back and watch till our chance arrive, or... I know what she's saying. Do I want to be brave the danger to save their lives? She must already know my answer, but she does still checking my resolve one last time. A chill crawled down my back as I stare back with as much willpower as I can muster.
方針に変更なしなのね。
Ah, I got it. Our objective remains unchanged then.
これを見ても気が変わらないなんて、あなたもブローブのことは言えないかも。
Well, if I see this won't change your mind, you might be insane as well.
でもどうするの？
What should we do now?
私はこのまま始めても
I
構わ
guess
ない
I
けど。
don't mind starting right away, you know. starting? Is she saying she could change the location of the battle?
なんとかできるのかあの状況
You can do something about this?
うまくいけば私も人目につくのは避けたいし
It's not like I want to be out here in the plain view either.
頼む今すぐあいつを叩き出し
Please
てくれ
go. Get him out of there.
了解ならあいつごとそこに落とすわ
Got it. I'll take him down below.
あの下なんか空洞みたいだし
There's some kind of cavern beneath these roads anyway. Wait, that's the sewers, Arcueid. She's taking him below? A cavern. What is she talking about? Let's see here. Never mind. This isn't the time to be asking questions. We gotta get him away from here as fast as we can.
でも約束は忘れないでちゃんと後からついてきてね
But remember what we promised? You gotta come in after me, okay? Before my mind has the time to catch up with all she said. Arcueid jumps. She abandons me on the roof and leaps into the void. Whoa. She floats like a beautiful pale flower caught in the breeze. A flurry of air catches her body as she falls from the rooftop, unfeathered from the chains of gravity, unanchored by nature's laws. Instead of falling, she rises gently. Like a ship in the wind, she sails across the night sky. She's doing the pose, guys! I can't even be surprised. She's like an infant incarnation of the planet. Every follication that plays across its surface belongs to her. She's jumped. Should have called suicide percentage. Oh my god. Nah, she'll be fine. I don't think a drop from a building's gonna kill her anytime soon. Anyway, all of nature's blessings. All of its fury. That's which nurtures life and which destroys it, both at hers to wield, to embody.
よーし
Here we go! The beautiful flower swirls her body away from the moon. Her attention swifts to the skies, to the ground. It is her time for her unbound chains and coiled up anchors to slam into the ground. Below her is a concrete castle, spewing sparks of flame.
せーの
Ready, set, the flower that blooms in the night transforms into a falling star. The moon lily becomes a tempest that blows away the configuration. She's a human missile. She must have fallen from a height of some 80 meters in the sky to hit Love? No, not falling. It was calculated. She was launched herself right at him. After adjusting her trajectory in midair, she accelerated towards him, her target, with missile-like precision. Dirt and debris erupts in the cloud around the impact site. The massive storm of dust sweeps the area. Even the ever-expanding river of fire snuffed out in one fell swoop. The police officers that have surrounded Vlos were sent flying backwards by the blast. Most of them are instantly put out of commission. Those who weren't knocked out were too overcome by fear to mount any sorts of resistance. A perfectly natural response. I'm assuming y'all can hear this, right? I hope so. Holy crap. The dust settles, unrevealing the scene below, or what's of it anyway. Arcueid attack didn't just take out Vlov. She plunged into the earth and scattered through its surface, taking a section of the station's north entrance and a good chunk of the shopping district down with her. This is what she meant by, "I'll take him down." The crater has gotten to be at least 40 meters deep. It feels like I witnessed some spectacle of nature on par with the Amazon rainforest of Nigeria Falls. Hasn't that idiot ever heard of restraint? Of course, this isn't praise. Still, this is incredible. Did she plan all of this, or did this just happen to go well? From my vantage point on the rooftop, I don't spot any casualties. Police officers outside the blast zone come rushing in, tend to the unconscious brethren as they set out to withdraw from the area. As a result, the vicinity is completely cleared of human life. Fair enough, fair enough. I don't want to be here too. She is one hell of a force to be reckoned with. Oh? Was that Vlov's fire? Maybe Arcueid's missing her target, or Vlov managed to dodge just in time. Either way, he's still alive. What is that monster? Surviving a blast like that. But something is chasing him down within the flames. A burst of white flashes from within the cloud of dust pushes back against him. You're gonna come in after me, okay? Arcueid's words echo in my mind. Maybe it's time to think later. For now, I gotta get down there. I make for the stairs. I cut through the locks on the door with my knife. I hurtle down to the stairs by the glow of the emergency lights. My resolves and breathing are both rendered wide and ragged as I spin downwards. All I have to do is sever Vlov's lines. First, Arcueid will fight him and bind him with her chains. And then it'll be my turn. I run up to him, cut his lines, chop into pieces. What Arcueid did just now was truly amazing. It's no wonder that she insists that she could restrain him. That said, even so, Vlov is still alive and well. There's a chance that Arcueid underestimated him. And if she did, her wounds would put her at a disadvantage. Worst case scenario, I have to face Vlov alone. No, That won't happen. We didn't plan for the worst because there was never any need to. Because if Arcueid was defeated, there would be no option for me to run in anyway. Ah! At least I can make it to the elevator. I throw myself inside and slam the button for the first floor. There's no more time for doubts. Even if it was, I was way in too deep to voice them. I try to take a deep breath and check myself over. Good. Still in one piece. Body still moving. Only parts that feel stiff are my fingers. They grip so tightly around my knife that they don't even feel like they're a part of my own body. Is this fear I'm feeling? I'm scared of facing the monster. They're an incarnation of violence? The One Piece? If that's all it is, then I'm fine. At least this proves that I'm still in my right mind. This is a creature that can be killed. Just as being in close proximity to someone. Only human not to be afraid of. But that leaves one other fear. The real problem. Namely, I'm more afraid of killing than being killed. Ah! My breathing quickens. My heart thumps faster in my chest, like it's trying to break free from my body. I arrive at the first floor. Adjusting my grip on my knife, I run as fast as I could towards the crater. I step out the building and witness the mountain of rubble before me. Slowly, I inch closer to the crater, stopping just short of where the ground cavern in to peer over the edge. It's definitely 40 meters deep. There was a park here once, but there's no trace of it now. The debris is scattered across the slope, as the way down to where the bottoms out into the cavern. It looks like it'll be too steep to climb back up, though I should be able to get down safely enough. Which is why do I just go in? Probably not, for my health. Probably shouldn't. So let's save here. Let's try not to die. I'm gonna trust Arcueid, cause there's literally fire in front of me. Yeah, I can't go down there now. The pit below is filled with the azure flames, as far as the eye can see. Rogden was there, and he did not like me, bro. Alright, in the middle of all this stands the towering vampire. Valve Archangel. It appears that the explosion didn't even scratch him. What a monster. By human standards, he might as well be immortal. Even so. Oh? Even so, the figure in white still dances circles around him, like a beautiful huntress, darting and weaving through the orchid of flames and crumbling rubble. The figure in white is Arcueid. She leaps over the river of flames to close in on Blob. Animation! In his hand is some sort of crude weapon. At a glance, it looks like a longsword, but the blade is shaped like a machete. Arcueid, on the other hand, is fighting back against him with her bare hands. She only got her legs to run and her claws hands to strike. Yet, even so, this proves to be enough to counter Vlov's machete. He forced backwards after one of the tremendous blows. The wound left on his arm is deep enough for me to see the bones underneath. But the sight lasts only a moment. By the time Arcueid slashed open Vlov's flesh, his body was already flowing over it, repairing its gash. Arcueid warned me about this. Vampires don't die as long as the supply of blood isn't extinguished. It's just like she said. A wound fatal to any other ordinary creature disappears in a blink of an eye, as if it was never there. He swings his heavy blade without fear. Arcueid is careful not to overexert. Whenever she lands a blow, she quickly leaps back, just out of the blade's reach. She must be wary of him landing a counter-strike. No, that's not it. Her face says it all. She's enjoying the chase.
死ににくいだけがあなたの取り柄なの?
Is re-silenced to death the only thing you got going for you?
27層も質が落ちたものね。このまま奥の手も見せないで私に殺される。
Oh, how the 27 ancestors have fallen. Do you plan to die before you even show me your trump card? Love breathes, comes out in ragged heaves. His morbidly pale skin is painted white with anguish. He may be immortal, but there's a limit to his powers. Even though he appears to be unharmed, Arcueid's dive bomb must have wrecked him. Maybe even dealt an otherwise fatal blow. And in regenerating his entire body, he burns through most of his energy. Arcueid is similarly in a similar situation due to me killing her. That sort of thing must have taken a toll on Vlov too. I take it she's thinking the same thing. So, if she distanced herself after each attack, essentially baiting Vlov into moving in for a kill, hoping he'd risk it all on a full-blown counterattack. Metallic ringing of blows reverberates through the air. Vlov breathing is a mess. No, this is... Such an awful, forbearing chill creeps up the back. Arcueid got the upper hand. Vlov is clearly getting exhausted. So why I'm feeling so uneasy watching all of this unfold? As if Arcueid's claws are no longer hitting him like they were before. Worse, despite Vlov's ragged appearance, his swordplay, no, machete play, is still top-notch. It's as if he can see right through Arcueid's actions, anticipating and calculating her every move. But worst of all, he still hasn't used the flame claws yet. Ah, fuck this dude. Oh no, my god, he's so ugly. Gah! No? Yo, Shiki, you spoke too soon. Also, he looks awesome in those flames. Vlov hollers. The flame shudders and soars in response. Swirling 7 meters high, the flame grows into an inferno that towers over the both of them. They split into countless blazing branches. The underground coliseum has morphed into a jungle of flame. Walls of fire press in around Arcueid, blocking off her escape routes. At that moment, high above her, melting straight through the rubble, hands composed of her heart stretched their fingers wide before stammering straight into her body.
Arcueid!
Arcueid! In that 1 second, the tides shift in Vloh's favor. Arcueid told me that she could withstand temperatures up to 3,000 degrees. But these flames just burn straight through the concrete. They even gotta be far harder than that. Vloh stacked 3 of those fiery hands atop one another. A strike that wouldn't even leave ashes behind. She never had a chance of escape. And now, the fire only serves to lap up its prey. That's how it ends for the woman in white. Acorn incinerated without a trace. Damn, Shiki! That is, if that had happened last night. Oh my god, it's a new outfit! It's so pretty! I'm sorry, I'm fucking killing the mood. Oh my god, Arcueid looks so beautiful. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to see if I could get rid of the words. Oops. Sorry, I went completely back. Oops, the flame parts. A white skirt flutters in the wind. My gaze is glued to the scene, memorized by her transformation. She told me all about it. I got a plan. I'll remake my body beforehand. This black and white battle dress may be circumstantial for her plan. A piece of armor that can withstand the heat of lava flames. Yeah, sorry, I just trying to open my water bottle. Henshin! Oh, 100%! Oh, such a magical girl transformation. That's some girl boss energy. Let's fucking go. I wonder if it looks the way it does now because it absorbed his flames, or if Arcueid made it that way. Either way, the flames have no effect on her now. And she's still wearing heels. Jesus Christ, you're terrifying. The plan went off without a hitch. Arcueid's victory was all but assured once she figured out the fire was Vloh's weapon of attack back in the hotel. Vloh assails her with more fiery claws. But Arcueid beats them all away with a casual flick of her left wrist. Jesus. As easily as parting with her hair, she cleaves through the wall of flames, scattering them left and right. The sparks that manage to touch her white dress sizzles and fades in submission. Her golden hair streaks behind her like a shooting star. The way she moves and swings her claws is unlike anything I ever seen her do so far. Vloh is forced to stumble back, helplessly against her onslaught. The difference between them is astounding. It's hardly even a contest anymore. Vloh went from the hunter to the hunted the second his flames was rendered useless. Arcueid is absolutely relentless, inflicting the fatal wound after fatal wound as she counters the vampire. The only reason Vloh is still standing must be because he's still got some blood in reserve. But that'll all run out sooner or later, especially since there's no one left in the area for him to feed off of. All that left is what already flows within his body. Just a few more hits like this, and that'll be gone too. He'll be starved. And once he's no longer in possession of the fuel he needs to regenerate, he will be little more than a regular corpse. This. A plead for mercy. Undignified, like a spoiled child. Gone is his skillful display with the machete. He swings, turns wild and graceless as he haphazardly lunges at Arcueid, almost like he was trying to cast away his fears. But she doesn't miss her chance to retaliate. Oh my god. It's cold. So cold. So very, very cold. The vampire cries as he leaps into the air. Getting away from Arcueid takes every last ounce of the blood-fueled power he has. He flees, soaring higher and higher, aiming past the confines of the crater. Even a 40-meter deep crater isn't enough to keep him trapped. It's likely that he tends to scour the surface for more blood to replenish his supply. An ivy wrapped around his legs before he has a chance to escape. It sprouts from the earth in a flash, tangling itself around the vampire with incredible force, and it drags him right back into the center of the hole. Jesus. Ah! The river of fire, Havlov feet, is reignited. I watch as the Azure flames turn the ivy into ash, but that's not enough to release him from his shackles. New vines sprout forth as this topsoil of ash. No matter how many times he burns through them, the chains remain unbroken, reviving again and again like a phoenix. Eventually, the immortality of the vampire pales in comparison to the nature, infinite cycle of rebirth. The vine in that cycle made manifest, short of the burns down the entire planet. There's no way to escape them. No amount of vampiric power or curses can extinguish nature's breath. Arcueid dashes in his direction. Everything about her posture and demeanor tells me that she's going in for the final blow. She already crushed every ounce of his attacks. Finally, she decided to put an end to this. I'm happy to let her do the honors. She doesn't even need my involvement any moment now. Arcueid will crush Ball. There's just one thing. Even with our victory so close at hand, my heart beats like crazy. Something feels wrong. His agony, his labored breath, something tells me that the things aren't as they seem. The anguish painted on his sallow face is clearer than ever. In this incantus, he alone inhabits a different world. A white breath, so out of place, amongst the fiery sea that envelops him. I know the look in his eyes. It's one of obsession and of self-preservation. He is both the aggressor and the victim. Which is when I realized that we made a huge mistake.
バカ、何考えてんだ、俺は。
Damn it! What am I thinking at this time like this? Arcueid victory is already guaranteed. I'm an idiot for trying to interfere now. I gotta sit here and observe. There's no need to make me plunge into that hellscape. Knowing that, I feel like we should call out to Arcueid. Like, no cap. Hold on. I'm so happy we can save here. I'm thinking... Yeah, let's call out to Arcueid. I remember what Arcueid told me. Defeating a vampire means defeating whatever special ability they possess. The problem is that we were looking at the wrong ability. In focusing on the fire, we overlooked everything. But that's not where his true power lies.
違う逆なんだアルクエイド
Arcueid! We're wrong! It's the other way around! I shout at her from high above, but I'm too far. My voice won't reach her. Despite it all, I scream with all my might. I know what type of power this vampire wields. It's not heat, but... Ooh, right for the chest. Arcueid pierces his chest. Blood spurts out from the wound. It flows quick and free, like a bottle uncorked. At last, the scorching nightmare is brought to an end. Love pushes past the final threshold. A terrible sound fills the air. It renders time and space as the vampire reveals its true form. Huh? The atmosphere crackles and sparks. The atoms that were accelerated by the heat suddenly decelerate at an unnatural pace. Electrons bounce off the ultra-cold matter, and nowhere to go reacts within the atmosphere. The blue flames that cover the ground around him were never really flames at all. They were all exthermatic reactions akin to vaporization, the very earth rapidly losing heat. Ah, this world is... He extends one of his cold-blooded arms. His fingers are spread wide, palms open, as if craving warmth.
ここは寒い
So very, very cold. The beautiful huntresses enveloped in the blinding light. Huh? It wasn't just the temperature that dropped. The world itself underwent a drastic change. A torrent of ice blows Arcueid away and engulfs the city beyond. Everything is frozen, from the grounds in the pit below to the roof of the skyscrapers, all in a flash. I wonder if anyone was left in those buildings. If there were people who still hadn't been evacuated, then the sheer cold would have robbed them of their heat and killed them instantly. Jesus Christ, how big is Vlov's kill count? Someone needs to check this out, bro. Someone needs to do the numbers for me, because this is getting ridiculous. A shiver runs down my back, and at the sight before me. I'm afraid to think what might follow this. It's stupid luck that I'm even alive right now. Have I been behind Arcueid on the other side of the crater, I would have been frozen alive. The River of Flames could cover a wide area, but it's also spread slowly. Most people would able to outrun those flames if needed, but this River of Frost is something else. It might have a narrow range and follow a set path across the ground, but once it's fired, it spells instant death. If he manages to escape above ground, he'll slaughter the whole town.
アルクエイド
Arcueid.
そうだアルクエイド
Damn it! Is she okay? I desperately cling to the hope that she's still alive. She is the only one that can stop this monster.
いた
There! I spot her in the middle of the glacial river. Thank God for Arcueid being tough as nails. It looks like the blast of ice didn't even dent her.
そういうこ
I see how it is now.
とあなたは正気がないんじゃなくて正気から逃げていたのね
It's not that you're insane. You're just fleeing from your sanity.
三流の使徒であり原理を持つ以上は星を打倒し得る
I suppose even a third-ranked Databossel can topple their superiors if they possess the right principle.
おかげで目が覚めたわブローブ・アルハンゲル
Thanks for the wake-up call, Vlav Archangel. Arcueid stands untouched at the center of the glacier. Vlav gazes cold as ice that surrounds him. His eyes are no longer filled with the same pain and agony as before. They are the eyes of a hunter now, stalking his prey, as is on the snowy tundra. Oh, he woke the fuck up. I am the one who has awoken. How dare you rob me of this much heat? The hatred on his tongue cuts the air like a knife. He hadn't lost the will to fight. If anything, this is the first time I actually see him this motivated to battle.
そうなら己の幸運を感じなさいブローブ本来なら目を覚ます前に終わらせていたわあなたを救ったのは憎たらしい殺人
Oh? Count yourself lucky, Vlav. Normally, I would have already finished you off before you could come to your senses. Thanks to a certain slasher for making me too weak to bring your salvation quickly. Though, that's but a temporary manner.
確か
I see. I understand now.
伝え聞いた
Your
貴
power
様
is
の
indeed
姿と今の貴様
a far cry from what I heard you could muster.
どうやらここ一番で俺は幸運を拾ったか
How fortunate I am to face you now, weakened as you are.
忌々しいけどそういうことよ
Though, I hate to admit it, you're right.
お互い最後の一撃を残しているだけの低たらくどちらかが仕
Both
掛け
of
れば
us are on
ど
our
ちら
last
かが消え
legs.
るだけ
The next move will end with the one of us being wiped from this earth.
その前に最低限の礼は取ってあげる
So, before we get to that, I'll show you the last bit of courtesy.
答えよ賠償家畜の我が霊則
Answer me, lowly servant.
その証根の病巣
Mark of the ancestor. Lesson of the root. Swirling hollow.
新たな原理をはらんだ種よ
Bastard seed of a newborn
貴
principle.
様にとって血とは何よ
What is blood to you? Arcueid sounds oddly dire, even considering the situation. Her question sounds like she's condemning him. Even Vlav looked like he was taken by surprise.
慎んで答えよ
You shall have your answer.
う俺にとって血液とはダンス
To me, blood is warmth itself.
生命の熱さ我が凍傷を癒す霊薬我が世界我が
It is the
原理を
warmth of
回す
life
もの
that which heals my frostbite and guides both my world and my principle.
しかり血液がなければ俺はこの寒さに凍りつく
Without blood, I would succumb to the cold and find demise. at its icy grip. His tone believes of honest reverence as he clarifies his true nature.
思い出した。
I remember now.
人間を嫌い、恐れ、避けようと絶海を漂流し、城を構えた変わり者。
There was once an eccentric vampire who both loathed and feared humans. To avoid them, she traversed the distant seas and built a castle of her own.
27祖の一人、ゼリア・アッヘンバウム。
One of the 27 ancestors, Zara Afraban.
1000年を超える原理を持ちながら、子を作らずに領地を治めていたと聞いたけど、そう。
I heard she never sired any children, despite having used her principle to rule over her domain for more than a millennium.
つまり、
If he's cold, just go to a sauna. Bro, how did you know? Did you read the manga? Because that's what happened. he came down, like, he chilled after that, honestly. It's pretty funny. Okay, let's see here. Anyway, in which the case, I suppose you killed her and robbed her of it.
そうだ。俺は後継者ではない。ただの騎士だ。騎士だった。
Hold on,
永
water.
遠など俺には手に余るものだ。
Alright, got it. Correct. I am no successor. I am but a knight. No, I was once a knight. Eternity was never meant for my grass. Yee. The vampire beckons towards his shadow with his right hand. What are you doing? What the fuck is that? Bruh! Bro, motherfucker had a second weapon! This bitch! Out of his unnaturally stretched umbral emerges a strange and massive weapon.
だが、ご当主にと
But
って
such a
それ
thing
はより不
was
相
unsuited for my master.
故に奪った騎士として王を倒しその王座を簒奪
Thus, I took it for my
今
own.
やこの
I
権
became a
利は
knight who
俺だけの
usurped
も
his
のに
liege and stole her throne. Now her principle is mine alone. Oh, the Wall of Arc Drive! Yeah, he busts that shit out. It's not fair, man. It'll be a short reign then.
強気だな
Bold
空想
words.
喧嘩もできぬほど弱っている
You're too weak to manifest your marble phantasm. Yet, you still dare to challenge me.
いらない。たかだか死と相手に世界と同化する必要もない。
I don't need it, nor do I need to assimilate with nature to take out a simple dead apostle.
あなた程度、この爪だけで十分よ。
For someone like you, just my claws will do the trick. The corner of his lips curve into a smile. His gallant features twist into that of a horrendous beast. It's a wry smile, as if to confirm Arcueid's accusations.
最も強き者とは先辺にして偏らぬ
The strongest being are those who are balanced, yet ever
貴
changing.
様はまさにそれだそこまで衰退していながらまだ
Beings
俺
like
を
you,
上回る
even in
余
your
力が
weakened state, still exceed my own power.
あらゆるものあらゆる状況に対応する原初の
A
意志
primordial creature
波の人で
that can weather any storm, withstand any curse. A regular dead apostle would not possess a silver of hope against you. The air distorts. His twisted desires splurge the blue haze to lower the temperature even further. But Arcueid does not hesitate. She's fully aware that a direct hit from Vlov's strange lance could be the end of her, yet she still charges head on. Then,
だが貴様は知るまい。
but you know nothing of me.
かの領土はこの星の一部でありながら、生きる
My
にあたわ
domain
ず
may
と
be a
除
part
外
of
さ
the
れた
planet,
生
but is not fit for the life.
命。
Yo,
いかに
he's tweaking!
真の姫であろうと、この地獄に耐えきれ
True
るか。
ancestor princess or not. Let's see how fair you face against this hell of mine. Oh fuck. A flurry of ice-cold gusts speared outwards from Vlov. Arcueid comes to an abrupt halt, throws up her hands in front of her as if to protect herself. The wind screeches as it blankets the surrounding, and temperatures approaching absolute zero. Ugh, that's horrible. And then... oh no, we got arced on! Alright, joking aside, getting ulted is not fun. The giant otherworldly spear shadows Arcueid's pure white dress. Oh no! She got yeeted halfway across the map, boys! The blast kicks up a snowstorm that blocks my vision. My breath turns white as the air around me cools. Oh no. The blizzard clears, revealing Arcueid crumpled on the rubble a few dozen meters away from Vlov's. Nothing remains of her fireproof dress. Last arc finish! Yeah, you're right, you're right. She's gone back to her original form. Oh, you put away the lance.
怪物め。
Pussy.
俺の槍を受けて原型をとどめている。
Truly a monster. You still live after tasting my spear. Motherfucker! Double tap! You need to double tap in the fucking Natsuverse or they won't goddamn die. Fool! Anyway, we'll soon fix that. Arcueid lies dead still. But Vlov doesn't approach her, instead raising his hand as if signaling for something. Debris surrounding Arcueid creaks and crumbles. Beneath the rubble, the claw hands of zombies scratch and groan as they crawl out of the dirt.
この狩りはもはや俺。
The hunt is over.
女の死体を拾ってこい。
Go bring her body to me.
その順応性。
I'll take her where
あらゆる
what
苦
is
しみ
hers.
を上
I
回
will
る
take
万
the
能の血。
versatile blood capable of overcoming all suffering. Jesus Christ. At Vlov's command, the zombies head to where Arcueid lies motionless. It's over. Our plan failed. There won't be any other chance to chain up Vlov. Arcueid is gone. The city is wrapped in a cold, grim cold. Everyone is good as dead. What I see before me now are the final moments before the world I know ends. Alright. Dot, dot, dot. The cold feels like razor blades against my skin. My blood temperature is dropping rapidly. Even living is a challenge in this extreme weather. My brain gears grind as the pressure in my skull releases. I claw at my chest, feeling my heart might explode at any moment now. I give myself 2 more minutes at best. A horde of zombies is closing in on Arcueid. Despite the freezing cold, the scene reminds me of midsummer. They feel like a fly of ants marching on towards splurred sugar under their scorching sun. They'll kill her. They'll tear her limb from limb, just like I did. Just like how you did. Once. Yet, I stand here, watching it all unfold from the safety of the sledge. At this rate, they'll... At this rate? I can't. That thing is a natural disaster in a guise of a human. We should never have gone after him. It was like the height of arrogance to think we can defeat him. What was I thinking? What could stop him from killing more people? That we can solve this problem without any more casualties. What a joke. We should have never confronted him. If we had just let the whole disaster blow over like a typhoon, at least he might have stopped at burning the city to the ground. I just can't. They can't do anything. You choose to do nothing. They had nothing to fight back with. You have a weapon. Pressure builds against my skull. Thoughts turn into disarray as common sense wrestles with delusion. My consciousness turns to flee. I make no move to stop it. There's nothing I can do. No way I can fight him. But I've done enough. Any more is insane, but I should run while I can. Just turn away like a normal person. But she'll die. I stare up at the sky. Tall, frozen buildings invading my view. The people inside must have died in an instant. No chance to even manage a scream. Unlike what happened at the hotel, the pleading screams of the people there still haunt me even now. I look over at the fallen woman, the corpse inching closer and closer to her, moaning and drooling. Even now, the river of ice continued to expand, all while the vampire watches over his domain of death with absolute indifference. I know. My head splits from the pain. At this low temperature, my heart has to squeeze and contract with everything it got to keep my blood flowing. Everything points to just one conclusion. I can't do it. Every trickle of fear that sinks to the pit of my stomach chirks and turns, conglomerated into a mass of fury. I may be defective, a laughingstock, a stupid and naive. Despite all of that, I still can't bear to stand by and watch this happen. Oh shit! We're going in, boys! I remove my glasses. I cover my mouth with my left hand to stop what remains of my precious body heat from escaping through my breath. I got 1, no, maybe 3 minutes. All the time I had until the fire within me burns out. It's not like I lack motivation. That's just a realistic assessment of how long a human can survive down in the pit. Shit. What the hell am I even doing? I scold myself as I slide down the slope. This is crazy. I'm crazy. This is all so crazy. Run away if you want to live? No, it's the opposite. If I really want to live, I need to go in. This monster cannot be allowed to exist. This monster cannot be allowed to roam free. If I run away, I'll die. If I run away, the entire series would perish with me. So it's clear that what I have to do now. If I want to live, I need to kill. If I'm going to survive, I need to change. I have to kill him. Right here and right now. As fast as I can. My patience for this creature has already run thin. It dares to kill, steal, and live without any remorse or repercussions. I cannot allow it to live. Not as a human, not as a fellow living creature. As long as that thing lives, it is my prey. I will tear out its life force by the root. I run towards Arcueid. The zombies are about to press their teeth into her tender flesh. I remember the question she asked me earlier. Can I actually bring myself to kill? Wherever they're truly human or not, I can kill something that looks so human. It doesn't matter now. My headache simply aches. I never gone without my glasses for this long. I never been this objective in my thinking. I'm in a frenzy state to make a quick note of each line across their body. Then I commit to memory each of my undead targets. Hands off her, you eyesore. The dead shouldn't dare prey on the living. Besides, she's my prey. Mine alone. Alright, I don't trust women around Shiki. I'm just gonna say that right fucking now. Okay. I cut through the lines on 3 of the zombies like they were butter. Each neatly splits into 3 pieces and drops to the ground dead. It was almost too easy. Their attention is focused on Arcueid. They were completely defenseless. Wake up! How long are you planning to just lie there? I make no attempt to touch her. Serial killer Riz. I really hope it's not that, bro. That's just weird. Yeah, Shiki kinda... Yeah, man. I don't like this picture of Arcueid. It looks kinda sus. All my brains in together right now. I make no attempt to touch her. I just call out to her as I kill the 4. Shiki? Pronounced by my voice, Arcueid opened her eyes in a daze. What are you doing here? Run already! She pushes herself off the ground, but the toll on her is evident from her face. She comes to. She's alive. The wounds haven't healed. It looks like Arcueid won't be able to move anytime soon. She's the one who ought to be running away, not me. Unfortunately, I don't exactly have it in me to get her to safety. Apologies. Glad you're back up. Try and cover for me if you can. Cover for you? Are you taking him on by yourself? Have you lost your mind? Would someone in their right mind do this? Like, this is the bottom of the ocean for me. You got that? I have 3 minutes top. In that time, we gotta do this. We have to kill him and end it. A knife in hand, I dash ahead, leaving Arcueid behind. I look over to Vlov, quickly calculating the distance between the two of us. About 40 meters. 6 seconds before I reach him. He hasn't noticed me yet. 3 more seconds. I can't waste more time observing him. I gotta end this with one final blow. My body's already suffering from hypothermia. I got 3 more minutes until my mind-body shuts down entirely. But I have, at most, 1 minute before my body starts to falter. I can no longer move freely. That's plenty, though. I already see the lines that let me kill him where he stands. He finally reacts. He shifts his gaze towards me with all the disinterest of a man about to wave off a bug. The gigantic lance he used to skewer Arcueid is gone too, which makes sense. I'll be worried if it wasn't. In Vlov's eyes, I'm nothing. I might as well be his useless zombified minions. He sees me no more than Arcueid's incompetent bodyguard, while stained his spear when he could just easily crush an insignificant human under his boots. This gives us our chance. All I have to do is catch him by surprise. He's already spotted me, so getting him from B... Hold on, I think it just... The game can't handle Shiki approaching Vlov. Insane. Okay, hold on. Let me fix this for you. This is a bit awkward. I really hope we're not... I really hope there isn't a choice. I don't want to accidentally pick something. Okay, does this help? No, it does not help. Not that. So how's everyone's day today? My day has been pretty meh. I went walking with my pups. Nothing crazy. I don't know, my dad, like, I made pound cake, right? And like every day he's like, yeah, Angie, it tastes great. And then he's like, oh, you shouldn't put it in the fridge. And then the next day he's like, yeah, it tastes great, but you shouldn't put it in the fridge, and you didn't mix it well enough. I'm like, huh? Okay, there we go. But that doesn't... Wait, actually... He's already spotted me. Getting him from behind is no longer an option. But that doesn't mean a surprise attack is out of the question. He doesn't know about my eyes. He'll never fathom a mere human could possess the power to kill an immortal vampire with a single strike. My day is okay. I'm working with Angie, making noises in my ear. Aww. Whoop 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 whoop. More random noises. I hope you get through work easy peasy. Anyway, 2 seconds is my only chance. My one shot to cross the boundary between life and death. Focus. All I need to do is dodge his first move. As long as I can do that, then my gamble will pay off, and I'll be able to cut through his lines. 1 second before I reached him, just as I'm about to get within slashing distance, we both jumped back from one another at the same time. We never even got within each other's reach. Oh, wait, huh? Huh? Oh no! It's frozen again! Okay, so... That's weird. Okay, so... Let's... Do this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is weird. I mean, at least we can. I know how to go back. It's not the end of the world for me. Weird. Okay, cool. We're back. Weird. Blah blah blah. They backed off. Just in about slashing distance. We both jump back. Okay, we didn't miss much. Two factors brought us here. First, I made a misstep. The cold air contracted around him, preventing me from getting near. The closer I got, the duller my body and mind became. At the speed I was going, I have lost consciousness as soon as I got within 2 meters of him. One more step would have been over for me. I lost the element of surprise. This isn't just possible to sneak up on Vlav and kill him. But I can live with that. Failing the ambush was something I have accounted for. There's one other problem, though. The problem far more deadly. That bastard. My rage throbs. My rage throbs behind my temples, mixing with the headache from going without my glasses for so long. I still can't believe it. He somehow managed to read me. He must have some kind of intuition. A primal instinct to survive would put any wild animal to shame. He should have had no reason to fear me, yet somehow sensed that I have some method of killing him. In this prevalent instinct, he recognized me as a threat, leaping away without any moment thought.
なぜ俺が引いた
Why did I withdraw? I jumped back around 2 meters, but his retreat was on another level. He had pulled a full 30 meters back. At least it's not 40 meters. I don't know what's not doing 40 meters recently. Everything's been 40 meters in this fight before now. Anyway, I suppose 30 feet must be minimum safe distance for a vampire. It's almost hilarious just how different a scale we operate on.
なんだお前はなんだ
What is this? What are you? ... He took the words right out my mouth. My luck was gone down the drain. He'll never let me close this gap between us again. I recognize that I won't be able to take him down. Whenever he figures out that I possess a way to kill him. From here on out, it ought to be...
いい近寄るなお前はそこで死んでいろ
Very well. You will not approach me. You will die where you stand. A long-distance massacre. No! He's zoning! Like a bitch! The cold air condenses, forming icy objects mid-air. They're sharp as spears, and like bullets, they fly, targeting my skull. Do I dodge, or do I try to take them? Should I waste my weapon here, or continue to conceal it? The decision is made on instinct. The headache wrings my brain like a wet towel. My eyes hone in on the instrument of death, like the focus on being adjusted on camera. If I cut the lines, these spears of ice, their interior, the very bounds holding them together, will be killed right in front of me. Death takes aim at my temples. I line my knife with projectiles. Humans were once feral beasts too. We still honest to acute reflexes and instincts we had during the bygone times. As long as I'm free to move my body as I wish, these icicles are no deadlier than pea shooters. However, I used up my only shot at a surprise attack. His eyes told me everything I need to know. He saw what I did just now. He doesn't have to understand what I did, but I'm never going to get close enough to him to do it. I lost my only avenue to victory. Should I really have shown him my trump card so soon? No, I shouldn't have. But it's not like I have another choice. I have to pay my best hand in order to survive. I just have to find something that can make up for it. Huh. I limit myself to the most necessary movements, even if I can't get close to him. I should try to conserve my energy. There's only 2 minutes left until I hit my limit. My fear is cast out by excitement. Fought in a battle for survival. My perception on life and death gets turned upside down.
奇跡の類では
That was no miracle.
ない。しかし常識ではない。
Yet it defies any sense.
俺の渇きを水のように通すとはどういう理屈だ。
By what means does this man pass through my thirst like water? There's a brief lull in the onslaught of icicles. He hones the waves of cold air into singular points, creating a maelstrom of ice. You cunt! Sorry, I fucking hate zoners when they're not mean. I'm not playing him, so this character is 10 out of 10 dog shit. A valiant effort, but this is where you die. I will not have you quitting my heart any further. Quit in my heart? Huh? The frozen javelins launched in my directions as if a trap overthrow. I sliced through each of the ice bullets. With Arcueid behind me, I got no other choice but to cut down every projectile thrown our way. It takes over 1.5 seconds for his frozen spears to close that distance between us. Jesus Christ. Zoning? BL? It feels like it. Yeah, it might be. But in the meantime, I need to come up with a plan. Lop hasn't moved an inch. Why? Was there no reason for him to back out? Back now that he recognized I'm a threat, which leads me to an hypothesis. He's frozen in place, not because he thinks he can finish me off from afar, but he can't move when he is in that state. Ads! How is that? Arcueid has concerned him already, leaving him without blood and fuel. This freezing aura surrounds is most likely to find a defense mechanism of a monster on the verge of death. It's a wild theory, but it might be the one that fits the present situation. Trapped and unable to move, Lop desperately throws assurance icicles every which way in order to cling to life. In the end, it doesn't matter. If he runs hot or cold, all creatures ultimately perish when in his proximity. If I were within 10 meters of him, I'll freeze to death in 2 seconds. I'm going to collapse in no time. I meet my end like a lost traveler on a snowy mountain, doomed to drift off to sleep and never wake up again. When a human body's temperature exceeds 43 degrees or drops below 34, brain cells starts to shut down. But I can't lose myself in the details. I have to look at the broader picture. I cannot let my thoughts distract me. My duty is to slice my knife through whatever comes my way, the second I see it. I do have to revise some of my earlier assumptions. Yes, the cold he emanates spread out in all directions. But after a closer look, I'm not certain that this density is uniform all the way around. The ground seems cold, the coldest. That means there must be temperature disparities in the air around him. If he has a weak point, there is where I'll find it. His blizzard may act as an encompassing barrier, but that doesn't make it impenetrable from every angle.
死の淵で主を守るか。勇ましいが限界だ。
So, you will cast your life into a abyss for your master, valiant, but you will go no further. Bob draw the lance he used against Arcueid from the shadows once more. As he does, a large stream of icy crystals in the air behind him. Its branches extends in all directions. Oh, fuck! He's going... It's full zoning time, bros. Oh my god, I'm getting ulted on. Why? I just dodged you one time, bro. Out here ulting on my ass. I will simply overwhelm you with numbers. Pew 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 pew. His attack interrupts my analyst. I focus again on intercepting his projectiles. There's no way I can kill all these icicles in time. I have to take a hit. No, I can't let that happen. It's too soon to give up. My day is okay. Let's see. I can't afford to take the slightest graze. Gotta find a way. True. Bleeding where would be a death. Unforgivable cold to strip me of life before the minute was out. So I have no option but to kill. One way or another, I must. I reboot my consciousness and see the lines. Only the lines. One by one, I take note of my prey. 26 of them in all. I devise my paths, a plot where to move, where to slice and kill, and where to dodge. The center of it all. I see it. That which far transcends all the lines of death surrounding it. A perfect point to where all the lines are born. A place where death converges. The walls of death closes in on me. But just now, I saw it. A glimmer. Just how I'm going to die here. So does the possibility exist of him dying. Ah! But I already reached my limit. Shikitono is out of ways to ensure his survival. The icicle rips through the flesh of my right thigh and the right side of my abdomen. Precious heat is robbed from my extremities. My malignant scream as each of the sudden stops chewing away more muscle fibers. The cells within the instantaneously destroyed by the utter cold temperature. My fingers grow numb. I can barely move my limbs. Huh. This is it. The chance of victory slips out of my sight. Whether he finished me off or not, I'm dead within a mere minute. If Lava, Arcueid, or anyone else was watching me now, they'll think the same, I'm sure of it. But no one will believe it more than me. So, then why? Huh? It must be some primal animal instinct. Why is it that you're smiling during all of this? Ah! The icicle strikes Arcueid in the face. Fuck. I forgot to account Arcueid for Arcueid's position behind me. It looks like I only managed to graze her, but she only had one hand over her face rubbing the spot where she was struck. What kind of person takes a hit like that to the face and comes out with barely a scratch? Ow. Ow. I remember once more of just what a monster Arcueid is. She buries one hand to the ground and pulls out a massive scab of earth easily as someone managed to dig through a sand with a shovel. Then, if it's to rebuke Blob for the pain he caused to her, she flings a rock in his direction. Oh? But he demolished it just as easy with his lance. There's still no scratch on him. It makes sense that he would be killed by the rudimentary weapons. And yet, after seeing Arcueid's counterattack, it was like a final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Finally, I got something I can work with. I could kill him with one blow, but to do that, I have to strike him before my body shuts down from the cold. How, though? My legs won't carry me the distance I need to get to the span of 2 seconds. I need to think of something faster. To maximize my chances, I better approach him from the angle where the cold is thinnest. I can't do that with my legs. I can't use my legs to do that. I got no other option. At this rate, I'll die anyway. It's no longer a question if I can do it, but how. Brace yourself. There's only one way to get that close enough, and that's by... Pulling makes absolutely no sense, so it's taking a flight and throwing. I feel like Natsu's telling me take a flight, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. I'm on it. How you guys feeling? I'm feeling like taking a flight, bro. Give me a second. I'm gonna drink some water. God, this is stressful. I'm gonna take a flight. I know this sounds stupid. I know this sounds silly. But we gotta fight the zoner. Become the bird. Oh, 100%. Taking a flight. Or, I suppose, to be more accurate, falling down? Yes, rock flying sounds like it. But can I actually pull it off? The whole thing would be down to luck. I'm already aware that there's no way I'll come out of this venture unscathed. For one, the impact of the landing alone will break my bones and turn my muscles into pulp. Will you be able to bear such an agony? Better than whatever the fuck's going on here. I narrowly sliced through the projectiles as if I was cutting through my own hesitation. Those were a little too close for comfort, and I had to thank him. The last one has opened my eyes. I need to take whatever pain that comes my way. I've never been particularly susceptible to the sting of death to begin with. From now on, I'll tune every last thought into the possibility of killing. I have no doubt that Flop is already doing the same. Fair enough. I turn around and run towards Arcueid. Huh? Though, doing so depletes me of my last reserves of energy. I couldn't I couldn't take one more step if I tried. My enemy is 50 meters away from me, but that's fine. Horizontal distance doesn't matter here. Huh? Oh right, yeah, we're flying. Jesus, it's so weird to see this. Alrighty then. Hey Arcueid, can you do that thing again?
あれって何？
What thing? I do many things, Shiki. You gotta explain it. I quickly explained to her my plan. It's a short explanation. She views me with total bewilderment, but says something about my expression must have convinced her.
その規模でやると私の余力もなくなるわ。
You know there would be nothing left in my tank if I pull something on that skill, right?
それでもいいのね。もう逃げることもできないわよ。
Are you sure you still want to do it? Despite that, we won't be able to run if it comes down to it. I nod, indicating I accepted the consequences of my actions. Alright, fair enough, Shiki. I respect it. I don't even...
でもそれって式は途中で落っこちない？
But won't you fall, like, halfway through, though?
私そのあたり加減できないよ。
I'm not the great at holding back, you know.
そりゃ落ちるに決まってるだろ。だから
No shit, I'll fall off. That's why you're... Even though I was supposed to catch my breath, I can't help but yell at her before getting to my plan. Which is when... Oh no. The zoning man can't handle us having a conversation without him. Anyway, there's no time to explain. Lava race and another merciless storm of spears our way.
いいか。
It's fine.
手を抜かずやってくれ。やりすぎてもいい。お前に殺される
Just throw me at full force. Don't hold back. If I'm gonna die, then I'll rather it be by your own hand. If we don't have time to dance around the issue. I take my eyes off of Arcueid, focusing on our enemy. Behind me, Arcueid perks up in response to my order.
任せて。私が指揮を勝たせてあげる。
Got it! I'll make sure you win! Holy shit, this is metal as fuck. I crouched down in front of Arcueid. Then I pressed my knees and palms flat against the ground. As unseen arm runs beneath the surface, Arcueid unearths another slab of rock, just like before. No, it's on a whole different scale this time. The entire terrain crumbles and shakes as she loosens a massive swift from the ground. Jesus Christ. It's an explosion of soil. A vertebral unhealed from the ground. The terrain splinters into countless pieces. If lava cold is a blizzard, then Arcueid made a tsunami of earth. Even lava's deadliest icicles are the droplets splashing against a tidal wave. Soon, a 50-meter high wall of earth will crash down into him with all full force of 70,000 tons. Whoa. Yet the knight doesn't flinch in the face of the looming calamity. He pierces through the wave of gravel, then a thrust of his steel lance. Between the falling debris, He must have noticed that Arcueid has been using the last of her strength to pry apart the bedrock, and is now on her knees, and that the immediate threat was nowhere to be seen among the earth and sand. Staring down the towering wave, his instincts returned to him. To be precise, they have returned 2 minutes prior, when the lone human forced him to retreat. That's when he had thought was forever lost to the cold was rekindled, and found himself regaining a resemblance of his sanity. This human has the means to kill me. I know, not how, only that he does. The lingering instincts of a man once whole. The intuition of a warrior honed and tempered during the Dark Age suddenly broke free of the curse plaguing his body. The deep-seated pride of a knight, built up by over a mere 2 decades, had won over the madness of a millennia. He understands all too well that this is nothing short of a miracle, but such things are fleeting. His delusion of the mind will, and once he kills the human, it will regress to being a dream of the dead, never to see the light of day again. In a matter of moments, the human joy that he finds in the thrill of a fight will be buried under the haze of frost. Ha! But that's why he intends to rush the development. He understands the enemy's intent. He masks his approach using the debris as cover. He sees the human's weapon. He knows it can cut through things surely. The human will use this wall of dirt as a door, burst through it, and encroach on his territory. He readies his lance. The wall of dirt towers before him under the normal circumstances. He shatters the wall and conceals his foe with it. There is no need for him to adapt to the enemy's tactics. His preferred method of warfare has always been to offer no quarter and crush all resistance. He stands, has plenty of energy remaining. 10 people worth of the finest blood. Yet the vampire remains obstinate.
それはできない。この魂を消費することだけは
I
決して
cannot do it. Consuming the souls is one thing I should never do. It is his warmth. In order to burn, he will preserve this body for all of eternity. He does not mean to make light of the human. He has already realized that this foe he faces is an outlier. He is more than a mere what if the human gets too close. It will be the end for him. Yet, there are things that he is unwilling to relinquish. Shatta. Fully aware of his own heedlessness, he thrusts his lance towards the 50% of his remaining power. The giant wave of debris break apart immediately on impact. It only takes care of the rocks to his front. The blow ensures his imminent safety, nothing more. He knows that it will do little to his foe. He knows that the enemy will come for him, no matter the cost. He will come. I need to get out. I need to get off the internet. Alright. However, unfortunately, there are limits to the human body. There is no way of passing through the rain of debris. Even though the true ancestor princess on his side, some things are impossible. When the earthen waves break, the overpower ends. So will the life of the human. As long as he can find the boy, an ambush is impossible. Dot, dot, dot. Fluff opened his eyes. They're equipped to peer leagues into the distance. But he finds nothing. Not even a glimpse of a shadow creeping away. Could he have actually managed to kill him with that mighty blow? No. This foe will never die to something so simple. He chastises himself for thinking so highly of the enemy, yet a deathly cold chill runs down his spine. Yeah, rocks flying sounds like... What were you thinking about? I was thinking about garbage, that I just need help. Anyway, for a single second, he allows his mind to drift from his foe. He knows that the enemy will come. Yet, if he is nowhere to be found, then the knight presumes he must have been faulty from the start. A path? The vampire looks up at the sky. Then he finds his enemy, illuminated under the moonlight. The pale blue ghost, lights of the mystic eyes of death perception, bear down upon him. Let's fucking go! The goat himself! I fucking love this. Arcueid aim wasn't just to bury Vlav in the breeze. It was to lob the boulder into the air. The one I strapped to, far out from the vampire's view, and more importantly, above the reach of his cold. 30 meters below me, the tidal wave of Earth is demolished by Vlav. And what remains is just him and me, and a vast open air between us. I steel my nerves as I revisualize the outcome. If I manage to do this, Shiki Tono will lose both his legs. Even if I survive, I'll never walk again. And certainly crystallize in my mind. Jesus Christ, this man is fucking insane. Anyway, but I don't let that bother me. If I can brace long enough to survive the next 2 seconds, then the result will be well worth it. It took him only a second to find me. Well, I admire his speed. It will only be 1 second too late. But you won't fall for halfway though. I'm not great at holding back, you know. No shit. I'll fall off, and that's why you're... Oh, Shiki's theme! Oh, I wish I could hear it right now. Going to make a path for me. Oh, that's so fucking metal. I always love this about Shiki. Man's crazy, but crazy cool sometimes. The floating rocks fall into place like a puzzle of pieces. A hastily constructed slide connected by ivy. We sit on the same coordinates, only the air between us. Here we go. I calculate my chances of survival. Before I get started, I confirm my target. My route is plotted. One-way path, 30 meters in 2 seconds. It's showtime, bloodsucker. Oh man, they changed it from Showtime Vampire. Oh, it's still amazing. The descent begins. I plunge down to the side, into the maw of death. I've given up on reacting. I can only make my decision one at a time, 1 second at a time. During the 2 seconds leaping up to my touchdown, I've focused on 2 factors. Every decision I could end in my death. Even faced with such scenario, I must concentrate on where my chances of dying are particularly high. I visualize every point that could lead to certain death. Only two exist. Elsewhere, my chances of survival lie around 10%. I don't need to worry about those. 10% is more than enough. The problem lies with the one I have 0% chance. A scenario where I will die no matter how defile I perform, no matter how careful I am. Which is why I must do whatever I can to raise those odds from 1 to 0 to 1%. We need to sharpen my senses if I overcome these two obstacles of death. I don't have the luxury to assimilate them anywhere else. I drop down. I no longer have the capacity to plan ahead for anything else either. What if I'm wrong and there's no more than 2 points of certain death? I can't even fathom it. If there are, then it's already over for me. I don't have the strength to avoid 3 of them. There were just means its power exceeded my wildest expectation. Do 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 do. Icicles appears in the air behind him, shooting forth at me, as if it's to smother their prey. They close in like jaws of the beast. It's terrifying, but I'm beyond caring now. The fear amounts to nothing more than a base animal instinct. I have seen this coming from a mile away. It is the thing I fear would kill me. 10 meters. I passed through the first obstacle. Every last one of my nerves is on fire. Muscles are turned to perfection. I rapidly twist and turn my torso, even though it should have been impossible for me to change the trajectory of my descent. I managed to somehow do it after calculating the angle of his weapon. The metallic object nearly skims the air besides me. My 0% gamble paid off, and I managed to avert certain death. But only 1 second before I land is my victory. He's out of moves. Alright, yeah. This is making me giddy. Oh my goodness. Both obstacles are determined in the span of 2 seconds. Now, I have to kill him before my insides are pulverized from the impact of the fall. I don't care what happens to me afterwards. In this moment, all my focus is on piercing his mind. But if he were to have one more thing up his sleeve, something outside of my prediction. No, there's no time to think. No time to avoid it. Even if I could change my trajectory. At this juncture, I wouldn't waste my time on it. The time for thinking is over. If I'm going to die, that was decided the second I started my descent. This is fine. If my brain was to be steered by ice here, how do I even register it? Oh? Oh? Was that a sword? The second obstacle. The negative 100-degree temperature that defiles the law of nature and has stopped the human body in its tracks. My impulses brace for the landing, and even my concerns for the sanctuary of life are left behind in the skies above. Vlav! Kinetic energy courses from my thighs through to my hips, from my hips up to my back, and from there to my right hand as I swing the knife down. Now that the motion has been set into action, there is no way of stopping it. I'm a killing machine, fueled by the inherita. All my brain needs to do is just locate the lines. Oh? At the center of it all, I see a light. A vortex of swirling atoms. The certainty of life eventually ends. A place of pure death that pulls everything aside like a black hole. My brain has cast out all rational thought, but it still comprehends that it still sees through the sheer instinct. If the lines are what brings death to life, then this core brings death to the origin of its existence. In the end of the universe, where any creature, by the monster or immortality, can be killed with a simple stab. Jesus Christ. I can't say I care much for the sudden revelation. My entire body trembles with emotion that runs much deeper. Having used his lance already, Vlav unsheaths his machete, realizing my aim. The vampire readies for another counterattack. His final move in this game against the underhanded opponent like myself. ... This man is the real deal, a shining example of his kind. I don't know or care where the bar is set for vampires, but he is a killer through and through. I can't help but despise him. When he was sane before he was a vampire, I'm sure he was a knight worthy of envy, even if he's not a shadow of the man remains. But he will never get the chance to bring his blade against me. I turn and dodge, then twist. My eyes trace his core. Yay! We shanked him! Let's go! Love is dead! And we see the beautiful moon! Yay! We live, boys! In an instant, the surrounding temperature returns to normal. A cold wave disappears alongside the master life force. But the man still remains upright at the center of it. Oh my god, he's having a white beard moment of death. What is this? Dazed, the vampire speaks to himself. I do not know this wound, nor can I recall this loss. I know only that this indescribable gentle touch of air left me long ago. I don't know what he's saying. I don't even know the language he's speaking. Or his tone is gentle, like that of a poet extolling spring. I feel neither pain nor cold. How frightening and how very nostalgic. It's as I've already died. We did it, boys! Look, I'm not gonna lie, Vlav dying while standing up is still pretty hardcore for him, even though he lost. I'm so done. My body drops backwards onto the ground, but my heart and lungs crying out of joy as finally, Oh, at long last, I begin breathing normally once again. I can't move either arm. Got him in the hole, let's go. A hole in one, as you can say. I can't even tell whether I'm still holding my knife. All I can be sure of is that throbbing in my body and my rapidly fading consciousness. It's a blessing in disguise. My pain is overtaken by numbness. It feels that the bones of my left leg, which is I landed on while falling, were carved with a saw. Normally the pain would have me seeing stars, but right now I just can't feel a thing.
でも
Ah, god damn it. The miserable words pass my lips, even though I will not. I will them not to. I don't get any joy of having survived. I don't even feel the pride of having done something great feat. It wasn't a miracle. It wasn't nothing. After all was said and done, I just charged at him with every emotion I possessed.
月
The moon. A solitary crescent moon sits high in the night sky. How odd. It feels familiar somehow. Like I saw something like this in a dream once.
大丈夫シキ？
Are you okay, Shinky? Arcueid strolls over as if nothing had happened.
まあ生きてはいる
I'm alive? I guess? I feel more dead than alive, though. Even talking hurts like hell. But you're not even going to hear me make petty complaints while I'm still alive.
もうそんな謙遜しちゃって。
Now, no need to be modest.
新参とはいえ、シキはその一人を殺したのよ。
You just managed to kill an ancestor, you know.
もっと胸を張ってもいいのに。
There's no shame in boasting a little. Arcueid seems to be happy on my behalf. Even though that killing Vlad was a significant accomplishment. And yet, it's not like I actually did anything. His ice already decimated the city. The body count will likely eclipse the massacre at the hotel by hundreds, if not thousands. This is all my fault. I let it happen again.
死んでないよ。
Huh? It's not like anyone died.
ブローブの呪いなら全部私が防いでおいたんだし。
If it's Vlad curse you're worried about, I protected everyone. Huh? No one's dead?
どういうことだそれ
Huh? Hold up. What are you saying? I'm trying to fling my body upright, but my left leg screams from the motion. I find myself still on the ground, wincing in pain.
ほらほら、ちゃんと横になってないと。
See? You gotta be lying down for now.
それより
Ugh,
今の
doesn't matter.
説明してくれ
What did you say just now?
死んでないって本当に
No one's dead? You're serious?
ええ、ブローブの原理が暴走した時、できる範囲を対流膜でコーティングしておいたの。シキがブローブを殺すのがあとちょっと遅かったら、
I
で
am.
きなかった
When
だろう
Vlad
けど。
principle went wild, I managed to keep it contained with the Tsukihime coating. Though I admit, if you taking any longer to kill him, I probably couldn't have kept it contained. Arcueid casually admits to having done something insanely overpowered. My mind flashes back to the fight. Arcueid has paused abruptly just before she was hit by the lance. Does that mean she didn't do that to protect herself, but to protect the entire city? Come to think of it, it was kind of strange that I survived the initial blast of ice at all. Yet, I was able to keep breathing, even if those Arctic conditions. Arcueid must have ensured that the rest of the town would be able to do the same. And because of it, that happened. The entire time I was only thinking about myself. Meanwhile, she was selfishly protecting the city. Even when she knew it would leave her at a disadvantage.
なんでそんなこ
You...
とを
It... Why the hell would you do that?
お前人間なんかどうでもいいって言ってたじゃないか
Weren't you the one that was saying we can't be thinking about human casualties? A strange wave of anger washes over me as I shout out at the space case standing next to me. Arcueid raises her brow curiously.
だってシキがそうしてほしいって言ったんだもん。
Because you told me that's what you wanted. I said something that idiotic. ... Seriously? When? Where? Don't tell me she did it because...
なんかお前は別だって
You're an
血を吸った
exception.
ことない
You
んだ
never drink blood, so you're fine in my book.
吸血鬼
Vampire or
だろう
not,
がなんだろ
as
うが
long as you don't lay on hands on
俺たちに手を
humans,
出さない
I
でいて
got
く
no
れるな
problem with you. I can't believe it. As long as you don't lay hands on humans. She followed that? Even though she might have lost her life in the process? If anything has gone wrong? I laugh at the bizarre reality of it all. If anything, I'm more dumbfounded than ever. But more than that, I'm incredibly grateful. I close my eyes. If that's what she says is true, then I suppose it's fine for me to rest now. My chest, which has been filled with nothing but regret, is now overcome with relief. My consciousness starts to fade away. I forget all about the pain in my leg as I slip into a deep, dreamless slumber. At least I try to. Arcueid hits me on the head with a loud thunk, forcibly pulling my awareness back to the land of the living.
何のつも
What
りだ
the hell?
ダメ。そんな傷で眠っちゃったら起きてから余計苦しいでしょ。眠るのは傷を塞いでから。その方が
You
効率
can't.
的よ。
If you fall asleep with wounds like that, it'll be worse when you wake up, right? You gotta wait till you close them up. That'll be more efficient. She's right about that. But who was the one who told her that in the first
アル
place?
クエイド本気で忠告していいか
Arcueid, can I be honest with you for a second?
何？
Huh? Sure. Go on.
あのな
Stop asking for the impossible, you idiot. This is the end. With that, I burned through my very last reserve of strength to call Arcueid an idiot instead of, trying to live. Understandable. My consciousness is already in the distant place. I can hear Arcueid making a big fuss at the back of my mind, but I no longer have the energy to open my eyes.
ちょっとシキ、
Shiki, are you really going to sleep? Yeah, because I'm tired. Tired enough to drop dead right on the spot. If I wake up tomorrow again, I promise.
本当に本当？そ
Are
れ
you
きっと痛い
really
よ。
sure?
直さ
It's
な
gonna
くていい
hurt,
の？
you know.
起きたら
Are you
間
okay
違い
with
なく
it?
失神するよ。
Doesn't heal? Aren't you going to pass out the second you wake up? You're so loud. I'm going to sleep. You can do whatever you want. Okay, in that case, you should have told me sooner. She sounds bright and cheery. Her tender fingertips feels cold against my already icy skin. It's nice, soothing. Delighted replaced the fatigue inside
戦
me.
利品？ かその
Should I call it the spoils of war? Or just the ancestors' husk?
まあいっか。ちょうどどこに捨てようか困ってたものがあったんだ。
Either way, it'll work. I don't really know where to dispose of it anyway, so this is perfect. What was that squishing noise?
何今の感触なんか
Whoa,
塗った
whoa,
の
whoa,
か
whoa,
今
whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you smearing on me?
うわいた
Ow, 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 ow.
痛覚戻ってきて
I
る
can feel my nerves flaring up
め
again.
っちゃ痛い
It hurts,
か
it
ゆい
stings.
痛覚
What
怖
are
い
you?
お前一体
What the hell did you do? Just as I about to lay into her, I suddenly hit the tremendous sense of emptiness. Perhaps my shouting burned through my last supply of fuel. This time, I know I'll fall into an uncontestable slumber.
大丈夫。悪いものじゃないわ。そげた肉の分だけならこれで塞がるわ。
Don't worry, it's nothing bad. I'm just using it to fill up your wounds.
でも骨ばっかりはちょっと無理かな。後でちゃんと人間の医者にかかりなさい。
Though, I can't really do anything about your bones. You should really get that checked with one of your human doctors afterwards. Her cold fingertips part from my skin.
眠っちゃったシキ。
Are you asleep, Shiki? Yeah, I am. It's been a while since I slept so soundly, without a swift of fear.
しょうがないな。シキの家って坂の上の屋敷でしょ。
Guess I have to get you back myself. Your house was the one on top of the hill, right?
なんとか送り届けてあげる。
I'll help you home. In my sleep, I only see the white moon.
お疲れ様シキ。それとありがとう。
You did good, Cheeky. Thank you.
今夜はあなたのおかげで助かっちゃった。
I want to get hit with EP time too now. You really saved me out there. Her words of gratitude floated about weightlessly. I can't hear her voice anymore. Finally, without anything else to interfere, I fall into the deepest of sleep. The deep nap. Fair enough. I think we deserve it. We went through hell and back fighting fucking Vlof, bro. Man was tweaking. Tweaking, I say. Anyway, what's going on here? Oh, we're back at the barricade. A few hours after the blaze outside the station. While the fire raged, firefighters on the scene reported it will take 2 full days to put it out. However, around midnight, the fire died down and was fully extinguished soon after. The officer dispatched to the location said it was as if a living creature had decided to up and leave. Huh? Who says that?
国道305までの交通規制は明朝5時までに解除。
The blockades throughout 305 will be lifted by 5 a.m. tomorrow morning.
高速道路は先ほど規制
We've
を解除
already
した。
cleared the expressway for traffic.
こちらも現場に残っていた使徒の痕跡書を確認
Automatically,
しました。
all remnants of the dead apostles on the scene has been disposed of.
警視庁に向かわれますか、マリオ様。
Oops, my bad. You will be making contact with the Metropolis Police, Father Mario.
行きたかねえが仕方ねえ。この規模の騒ぎはうちでもそうはねえからな。
I'd rather not. But it's not like I got a choice. Shit doesn't normally hit the fan on this scale. Not even back home.
ジジイの名前だけじゃ収まりはつかねえだろう。俺も出向いて。
Throwing out the old man name here ain't gonna be enough to solve this mess. I actually have to show up in good faith and whatever.
では、私も同行いたします。
Then I shall accompany you as well.
現場の指揮は例の代行者に委任しますか。
Shall I delegate the command over this incident to the executors?
ああ、なぜか潜入捜査してたあいつ。
Right. The ones who undercover here.
ツーマンセルなんだよな。 下っ端の方は俺のホテルに呼びつけて待機させとけ。使い道があれば。
There's two of them, yeah? Get the subordinate to remind one of the standbys at my hotel. I'll find use for her if I have to.
あっちの方はできるだけ早く本国に帰らせろ。セオナトールをつっつけば
As for the one from the barrel agency, get her back home as fast as possible. The sooner we appeal to the senator about it, the better.
かしこまりました。ノイ司祭にラウレンティス様の名義で抗議文をお送りします。
Understood. I will write a letter of opposition to Prelate No in Cathedral Lateran's name.
ああ、ここでの仕事は大体は
That's more or less it for our work here.
現場の後処理は誰にやらせてもいいんだ。
I don't really care who stays and clean up the scene.
おい、アンド
Hey, Aldo.
お呼びですか、坊ちゃん。
You cold, boss?
いやー、着任早々ついてないっすね。こんなんガス爆発でごまかすとか無理ですわ。どっかのテロ組織に声明でも出してもらえます？
Yeesh, I really had a bad run of luck in my assignments lately. You know, they never going to buy that this was just a gas explosion, right? Should I see if there's any terrorist groups wanted to take the credit? Oh my god. Oh my god. Gas explosions. Oh, that takes me back to Fate Stay Night. And I seen gas explosions, and honestly, I think you could chuck it up to a gas explosion this time, especially since there was a lot of fire going around. It is going to be a little hard explaining the ice, but the gas explosion is actually a good excuse here for once. Nah, no need. They're making the folks who own the place dealing with the fallout. Gotta be one hell of a mess that when they start shaking the place up.
俺たちの仕事はここにあるとまずいものの回収だ。使徒の痕跡はあらかた拭ったが
All we gotta do is get rid of all the shit that isn't supposed to be here.
お前やっとけ。
We dealt with the dead apostles, but that still leaves the human remains. You gotta do that.
了解。待って。坊ちゃんがいつも連れてる大部隊、まだ入国してませんよね。
Okay, gotcha. Wait a second. Isn't your usual intro still stuck outside the country?
もしかして。
Wait, entourage. Bleh,
遺体
sorry.
を全部チェックして。
Am I the only one here? Are you seriously? You want me to check all of the bodies for signs of bites?
見つけ出すだけじゃねえぞ。生きているなら教会に送れ。死んでいるならもう一度殺してやれ。
I'm not asking you to check them. If they're alive, you send them to the church. If they're dead, just kill them again.
そういうドブさらいが嫌になったから坊ちゃんに雇ってもらったんですけどね、俺。
Bruh. I started working for you because I thought I would avoid that kind of work, boss.
急げ。遺体の安置所には人払いをさせておく。貴様なら夜明けまでに済むはず。
Hurry up. I'm certain that the morgue is ready for you. I'm sure you can handle it by daybreak.
動かない標的に引き金を引くだけのお仕事ですし、精神的な負担を無視すればの。
Whatever. I just guess it's squeezing the trigger on some unmoving targets. No problem. If you ignore the psychology toll, that is. That's rough, buddy. Sound like you got an asshole
車を回せ
boss.
カリウス。お役所回りを始めるぞ。
Bring the car around, Curtis. It's time for us to deal with the red tape.
はい、すぐに。
Right away, Master Mario.
その他、手配が必要ですから。この規模の汚染であれば、応援の要請もすぐに。
Shall I start making other arrangements with the contamination of this scale? It should be best if we start calling for backup immediately.
その必要はね。つうか絶対知らせるの。この件はここだけ
Don't bother. In fact, don't even report it. We better deal with the cleanup ourselves.
しばらくは情報収集だ。これでも正義の味方だからな。
We gotta gather it up first. Fighting on the side of justice here. So we can't rack up unnecessary casualties.
誰が敵で誰が邪魔者かきっちり当たりをつ
Let's
け
figure
な
out who our enemies is and who stands in our way first. I think the chapter's almost done, guys. Yay! I can't keep doing that voice. Oh shoot, I was memeing. Yes. Yay! We did it! Oh my god, that was just one round. Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you guys. They're fucking lying to you. Because it's a round Vlov's fight where you could really tell which route you're on. But yeah, they hard confirm it. We are in Arcueid's route, and I'm very grateful for that. Oh wait, no. Go back. Anyway, guys, I just want to say in general, thank you everyone for just being awesome and being here. And I will see you next week. It is definitely going to change up a bit, especially since we finished 3 games this week. It's insane, especially the FGO. It usually takes like months and months, but we actually beat it in like 2 or 3, which is impressive, but by my scale, honestly. And next month's over now. We're still doing this, and so is BB Tag. I have heard everyone, right? And we're definitely we are playing Samurai Revenant. I just want to remind everyone, I have a Discord. I have a Patreon now. So if you have the time, go check that out. Twitter, all that jazz. And make sure to tune into my YouTube every Wednesday for Fate Extra, because it's YouTube only, okay? And take care of yourselves. See ya! Boop!